the first round Saturday. I guess just what's your first blush thought of meeting that team?
Yeah, I mean, again, we have tried for the last 6 weeks to build towards the playoffs, both in our mentality, with our habits, all that stuff. We knew the reality, whether we got 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it was. There's no easy matchup. There's all those teams, slotted there are tough teams. Whether it was going to end up being, Denver, Minnesota, or Houston. Houston's obviously a really, really good basketball team, and we're gonna prepare, and we're gonna fight, and we're gonna go try to win the series. I mean, that's going into today, we told the team, like, it's not about the opponent, it's about us, and now it is about the opponent, and we're gonna do everything we can to get our guys in a great frame of mind, great physical shape over the next 4 or 5 days, and be ready to play.
JJ, you had mentioned at some point on the last trip about how, trying to elongate the season long enough in round one so that Luka and Austin have a chance to come back. But at the same time, you're focused on this group that you've been building through these couple of days. How do those meet in the middle as you kind of prepare and think, big picture about the postseason?
Yeah, again, it's the task at hand. We got game one, whenever that is, with the group that we have, and figure out the best way for us to put ourselves in a position to win game one.
Jake played his 82nd game. We've talked about it throughout the season, but just the way the season's gone, very unpredictable, guys in and out. Just what's that consistency from Jake meant, not only his availability, but in the consistency that he plays with? Yeah,
he's been huge for our team. First of all, to play 82 games, particularly now, is a huge accomplishment. I think 18 guys did it this year in the entire NBA. He takes a lot of pride in taking care of himself and doing all the things necessary to get ready to play. And he set that as a goal this year. Really, happy for him on a personal level, but also just for our team. He's brought a really high level of consistency, particularly on the defensive end and with his effort throughout the season.
I know you're going to obviously spend the next 5-6 days prepping for the series, but is there anything strategy-wise at the top of the list when you think about the Houston Rockets in terms of what you have to control on your end, the controllables for your end?
Not there yet.
Can you talk about the culture you wanted to build here when you took the job, and the culture that you have built in terms of back-to-back, top 4 seeds? You said that I don't want to be in the play-in, I want to be in the playoffs. Well, not only that, you have home court. Talk about the culture that this team has right now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I think with both seasons, I used the word the other day, or the phrase the other day, we've had to coach a bunch of different ways in both years. Partially because last year, we basically had 3 different teams if you look at the 3 segments of the season, and this season with the injuries and just how disjointed it felt to times. I think the biggest thing for our players to see from obviously myself, but our staff is just how relentless we are about trying to get these guys prepared, how relentless we are about trying to win, and I think our guys respond to that, and I think the results have have shown that they've responded. But I think overall, the culture piece, it's not just about winning or a winning formula. It's about how we as coaches and we as players, how we all interact and interface with each other, and it's never going to be perfect. But I think the level of respect that our guys have for each other, that our coaches have for our guys, it's there every day.
Hey, JJ, 17 assists for Marcus Smart in the last 2 games. How underrated has his playmaking aspect been missed for this team, and how vital is it now going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big reason, we wanted to bring Smart here, not just for his defense, even post Boston, the last couple seasons, he's graded out well as a secondary playmaker. So he's been in that position before. He knows how to get other guys involved. Tonight he had a great feel for getting DA involved. And I think, it's important with the loss of AR and Luka, that is not just all on Luke and LeBron to be playmakers. Smart can fill in with that too.
Hey, Coach, over here. What are some things you've seen from this team over the last week that you hope to carry over into this series?
Resiliency. The playoffs to me are all about resiliency, and part of that is the euphemism or idiom, as Dan likes to say, of not letting go of the rope. You're playing one opponent in the playoffs, and there's a bunch of things that are going to happen, some good, some bad. You may get down in a series. You may get down in the game. You may get down in a game on the road, and just you have to play with resiliency. There's a Dermot Kennedy line, and I'm forgetting it right now, but I think the team that is unwilling to let go of the rope for the longest amount of time, that's ultimately obviously the team that wins the series.
Laker fans, time to celebrate. Your Lakers won the game, scoring you 2 free tacos with any drink purchase from Jack in the Box tomorrow. Just ask for the Lakers deal when you order, valid only at Los Angeles restaurants. Go Lakers. Go Jack. Rui Hachimura, 22 points. He's at the podium.
Rui, first, just a big picture question to get to the win total that you had and the 4 seed and home court in round 1, despite all the injuries and all the guys that have been missing. What do you think was the key to that for this team?
I think it was a chemistry. I think I talk about a lot about chemistry. How important, especially in the basketball. It's team sports. We all know we all need each other. I think get through this season, especially 82 games, really long. A lot of things happening, injury, different lineups. Trade, everything. So I think that this year we had a good chemistry. Fight through 82 games, and that's why we got this seed. So yeah, I think. And then more short term, what did you find these last 3 games, and kind of especially since Marcus got back with him, with Luke Kennard, with LeBron, back in control, and you, how does that group? Have you found a way as you head to the Houston Rockets series? Yeah, and especially Luka and AR's out. It's a different game a little bit, but I think we kind of understand, our roles in each individual. We have the different things they need to do, but I think at the end of the day we know what our goal is, and I think we fight through these past 3-4 games, and we got what we wanted. So yeah, we got to keep rolling.
Rui, I think it was last game where JJ was kind of praising the overall physicality with the defense. Now that Marcus is back, just how much more does he add to that, and how important is that, especially, moving into the playoffs?
Yeah, I know the playoff is the totally different game, every year I learned that, literally, the first game of the playoff is the next day is like literally sore, because, how physical we get. And I think especially we play Houston, right? So, the Houston's very physical team, very, athletic team. So, we gotta be ready for that. But I think, Marcus back is he helps. And, yeah, we're going to be ready for it by then.
Rui, JJ has mentioned a few times that he felt like last year he did not do the best in terms of preparing you guys just for the physicality of that series against Minnesota. I guess what needs to happen this upcoming week so you guys are more prepared or are ready for, you mentioned it yourself, the physicality that Houston's going to bring in the series?
I think, especially like it was a long season, so we kind of, we need to rest a couple of days, I feel like, with the practice, I don't know how we practice him, but I think we have to do the things that, they do actually, the Houston's like, there's a of course, KD and the other guys, being physical, they're all going to offensive rebounds. So, we got to practice those boxing now, as a team, we have to have 5 guys got to get on the, defense rebound. So, yeah, I think we can do a lot of things, but I think, and tomorrow we get off and, we got to rest our body first.
Robert?
Yes, sir.
Are you breaking down Rui?
Yes, I'm going to show you what RH does. The RH factor is real, and it's going to have to be really real when the playoffs start off.
Flames for James.
If he can do certain things like we showed tonight or what he showed tonight, it's going to be important. Because look at this pick and roll, little post up. Now he got a shorter guy on him, and we know how athletic he is. But here, he's seeing the situation. What can he do? Can he score or pass it? And this is one thing I'm impressed. He's a willing passer, even though he gets off his feet, and he shouldn't have. But look, he goes to his favorite spot. Pump fake, relocate, go to the hole, little razzle dazzle right there for the layup. And that's one of the things that we don't really see much out of Rui this year because he's more of a spot-up shooter. That's why he's going to lead the top 5 in three-point percentage. Now, the defense is looking. The defense is not even paying Rui any attention, but back up, get to your sweet spot, get your hands ready, catch. And the thing about Rui, when he shoots his three, he's not in a rush. That's probably why he's been shooting it so well, because he gets his feet set and does what he needs. Now, this is a great little flare screen right here. Is that, that's Max. I thought it was with, Timmy for a second. Nice little pick there by Max to get him open. Now, you saw his form. It's so smooth and it's exact. And I talk about it all the time when you shoot threes. Your form has to be the same. Now you get the defensive class. Look, get open. Another great screen by Max. Look at his form. It's the exact same. It's almost like deja vu when you see it. And that's why he's been shooting the ball so well this season from 3, because when he shoots it, everything is the same, and that's what you got to be. Consistency. Consistent in shooting, consistent in everything you do.
Big game. I'll jump in there.
Great breakdown, Rob. And, it also has to do with the ball movement as well. They had a good game tonight. I think they had over 37 assists or something like that tonight. So when the ball is moving, which is something we talked about earlier, when Luka has the ball, he holds it a little bit longer. Same with Austin. That's great when they're on the court. But without them on the court, if it's moving, I think that's where everybody gets to be involved, not just 2-3 players, all 5 on the floor.
And by the way, the rebounding, and Rui talked about this. This is something we've been talking about since Rui has been here. He's capable, Rob, of having these double-digit rebound games like he had tonight. And he even mentioned that that's a strength of the Rockets.
He has to be that. He has to put in his mindset that I'm going to hit before I get hit, because he's a strong physical guy. We talk about his ability to get to the hole and do LeBron-like things. And he has the ability to do it, like I just said, but he has the want to do it. You can have all the ability in the world, but if you don't put it out there on the court and show it, it's going to do you no good. In this series, he's going to have to do that, because you look at Thompson, KD, the list goes on, people with his same build. I think he's a little stronger than all those other guys, so he's got to be forceful with them.
All right, Nick Smith Jr. celebrated his new contract with 12 points in the season finale. Lakers reached 53 wins, their most in a full NBA season since 2011.